What up, my bad bovine, and welcome to the official release of the Oni on console. I am calling my Oni the Jolly Green Giant, and he is glorious. Just a glorious beefcake with peas on the side. And you will respect his authority. As you can see, I've bankrupted myself leveling him up. I think it's kind of neat that I'm at 0-0 iridescent shards and blood points. I think I haven't been at that since I started playing the game. Before we start, I don't know if they fixed his ability to flick on PC, but if they haven't, that's bullshit. This guy should not be able to do a 180 with his club to 180, 360, no scope, down people. Oh, I actually don't know this map at all. It's like the one thing that didn't happen.
So I was patient enough to sit through the extraordinarily long queue times to play this little goober a bit on PTR. And I would not say that gives me much of an advantage over the people playing on console because I'm still very bad with the club. And I also want to apologize, there will be a little bit of music in the background, but I will minimize that as much as possible.
This is very dark. I don't know if I like this. I really need to draw the blinds. Like super duper need to draw the blinds. I can't see shit. Oh god. Alright. Map is so dark. This is horrible. No.
So one thing you're probably noticing is the absurd amount of information that my add-ons are giving me. Because how can you argue with the fact that when people come in contact with the blood, they give you an aura? And how can you argue with making there be more blood? It's really hard to argue with those two things stacked up on top of each other. It's just so synergistic. One thing you'll notice in my games is a predilection to wound people and let them go. Well, duh, that only benefits me later. That person's literally laying down orbs for me to find them. Would you look at that? I've found them. I love this add-on. Both videos will be featuring this add-on, but I'll probably do some more stuff without his super broken add-ons. I was trying really hard to get to rank 1, because once you hit rank 1, all you have to do is safety, and then like nothing super duper matters. And since I'm at rank 2 and I'm playing a killer I'm not terribly familiar with, I'll admit I play a bit more savagely due to my lack of confidence. I'm not gonna lie to you people. Why would I do that? So, there's something about the Oni's dash ability that for sure feels like controlling the rudder of a boat. There's the way it's like hard to do, and it like up and down is easy, but left and right is hard.
Doesn't work that way, homie.
So people really want to hope that you can prevent a fucking killer from kicking that pallet by trying to lift the pallet, and there's no way in hell they would have ever allowed that to happen. That makes no sense. A killer's just gonna smash that pallet in front of your face. Like, I also want to talk about, people have been trying to like block hits so people don't go on the hook in just the most absurd, non-functional ways possible. Like, if that person had just not taken that hit, they wouldn't have had the aura read, and they would have probably gotten a safe unhook by hiding and waiting for me to bounce. But instead they were like, oh, I'm gonna hope for them to wiggle off even though the hook is literally right there, and if I take a hit I'm just hurt and it's completely futile. Like, it happens a lot. I think it happens in literally both of the matches. I left this section here in to show that it's easier to set up the dash-in club on the Oni than it is to set up the club dash. And if that doesn't make sense, I should probably come up with terms that are more clear for what I am trying to talk about. Big yes. Big yes. I'm not gonna though.
How do I get into this dungeon? That's something that I'm gonna have to learn. It's at this point that the match is basically over, and so I've cut out a decent chunk of bullshit just for the sake of expedience. I don't think you need to see dumb, unimportant chases. Let's cut straight to where I potato so hard that it works out. But before we get there, it is extraordinarily important that I mention that this statue here that I'm about to bork, right there, if you try to go between it and the hill, as a killer, you will not fit, but a survivor will. So if you chase direct, you're going to come to a dead stop and lose time. Go around. Be aware. Just like being aware of not getting double smashed when you're a survivor. Thanks for the extra blood points, my friend. How the hell do I get into this basement? Oh, Jesus. This is the worst basement ever. This better have 2 entrances. Oh my god, it doesn't. Okay, there better be a drop down or some shit above it. Okay, thank fuck. So if that last match was me doing whatever the hell I wanted in order to learn how to play Oni better, this next match is me applying as much map pressure as humanly possible at the expense of things that I'm willing to expend. Decent map. Specifically time. I know that this map is good for Oni because this is a good map for Hillbilly, and I find people pretty quickly. I've got 2 people in front of me not working on generators, which means that at most there's 2 people somewhere else working on generators. I know that the corner of the map that I happen to catch these people in is incredibly safe for these people. There are a bunch of safe pallets that hug safe loops, basically one in every corner of this house. And if I could dig out these pallets early, it is going to benefit me immensely later. Alright, if I can get her to throw this last pallet, then it's worth it. Alright, we break. Try to find someone else. There we go. Just a fucking shitload of people gen tapping. Fuck me, eh? So, I suspect that old blue hair here is probably the best person on their team, what with other people gen tapping and basically screwing things up immediately. She's, as far as I can tell, the only one that looped me effectively. It's at this point when she throws down another pallet, one, again, adjacent to the house, because that's what I care about. I want all the pallets adjacent to the house out. Once she throws that, I know that the gen tapper is going to be back on this generator, because why would they abandon a generator with so much progress? I'm willing to abandon that person for multiple reasons. They're spreading my aura reading everywhere. I suspect this person is willing to throw my last pallet that's a threat until they potato by clubbing their face on structures a bit. I hear someone open a box. Decide, fuck them. I'm gonna hook them over here because there's no pallets here. What did I say about those weird hits? Like, what are people doing with this? Insane if you're willing to take a hit for this person. In a way, they're conditioning me that works out later, but the more they keep throwing pallets in this area, the less safe this area is, and the more likely I am to just stay here. She's running off to spread my seed. Meanwhile, someone who's not hurt, probably running for the unhook in an area with no pallets. I ain't leaving after I did this much digging. It is at this point that I will say, while I am area camping very hard and for extraordinarily good reason, it is due to my confidence in how unsafe this corner of the map is that I would never in a million years even begin to considering tunnel someone off hook. Why would I do that? I have all the power in the world. Moreover, honestly, I'm not even afraid of D-Strike. I'm not even trying to play around D-Strike. I just want to give these people a chance because I have a lot of power. And I'd keep dragging my malevolent energy over to this corner where they can't they can't stop me. With a bunch of people hurt, all of them rocking sloppy, if they stop to heal, I know that I'm going to be getting aura reading like crazy. However, if the survivors are going to do a magic trick and literally turn themselves into another survivor with the aid of a structure, I'm gonna down that person. I'm gonna down that person. Is it an asshole thing to down that person? Not really. I was expecting the person I was currently chasing to end up on the other side of that structure, not the person who had just been unhooked. So, you can see, my friends, that my massive plays of letting people run off and do whatever they want has paid off in spades. My seed is everywhere, baby. You can't stop me. Alright, I did dash here thinking that there was a hurt person, forgetting that there was a down person. At this point, I chose to risk D-strike. I mentioned that they conditioned me, right? Because we're getting up to that. She keeps showing up to like, hey, you want to tap me? And it's gonna pay off. I mean, they're not. None of these people are escaping, but I mean, I feel like the operant conditioning is there, man. They were like, they gave me the reward for swinging at him, and eventually they got their desired result of me completely fucking up and getting a little too greedy. At this point, I'm like, hey, blue hair, do you want to do a crappy mind game? And she was like, yeah, I really would like to do a crappy mind game. And then she's like, oh, fuck, I forgot I used D-hard, and I'm never gonna... D-hard? Dead hard, and I'm never gonna make it to that fucking moo cow tree palette. And I'm like, oh, you're right. And then, like I was saying, the friend is like, hey, you've been hitting me up until now and it's worked out. I'm like, you're right, I have. So, I got greedy and it bit me in the ass. But at this point, someone is dead, so it doesn't really matter too much. I own this town. There's aura orbs everywhere. There's really nowhere to go that's safe for long. So, when you have this much power as a killer, do your best not to be a complete asshole, okay? Like, obviously you're still a killer and you should kill them, but you don't have to, like, stay at this dungeon until someone dies so that the two remaining people have to squander and squabble. And because I'm not a dick, look at this. Was she trying to pick up the pallet? I think she was. I honestly don't blame her. It's a new perk and you want to get a feel for it. So, it's at this point that I wish I had my dash ability, but I mean, we're trying not to be an asshole, right? We take a look. We see it's blue hair. We say, hey, blue hair, go away now. We like you too much. You're the only one with skill. Dead hard me, baby, and get the hell out of here. I'm going for your friend, who I know is still in this dungeon. Did I hear whimpering? I thought I heard whimpering. She knows I'm going to start searching these lockers, so she's just like, screw it. Give my friend a chance. This had to be Survive with Friends. They were all color coordinated and shit. Everyone was like a different version of a Asian Power Ranger. So, barbecue and chili, bringing it home, boys. Is this my favorite build right now? BBQ, unnerving presence. That's not the one. Unnerving presence. What? Infectious fright, sloppy boogers, and ruin. It's good. I have some ideas for builds that I would be happy to try using at lower ranks, but at this rank, you kind of just need some sort of stall.
Somehow it's always the obsession that's last.
So just bring a stall
Actually,
at this rank.
hold up. Here's how you really do it. You juice it, pick them up, so it cancels it. Okay, I guess if you barely use it, it doesn't do shit. And then I guess you get it right back.
So it's at this point that I absolutely would have let blue hair go in a normal match, but unfortunately I need to kill my 4th obsession to finish the challenge. So on the hook she goes.
Hey, they just respected. They respected the Onis. Ruthless my balls! They're all dead! I would never, ever in a million years try to get an adept trophy at this rank. You'd have to be high off your ass. Oh, they just killed themselves. Alright.
So I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little bit about how to play Oni effectively using add-ons that an ape could use, or maybe you learned a little something about how to counter that apey magic. If you didn't like the video, do be so kind as to tell me exactly why in a way that is constructive. Thank you. Have a very nice day.
Good luck with your head trap.
Let me ask you a question.
No, you don't have no idea.
Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company.